Hello and welcome to Workhorse Wrestling Network. You're gathered with us tonight for the Cookout Podcast, where we talk about what's cooking up in the world of professional wrestling.
Yes. We are gathered here again on Tuesday as usual, 7:30 p.m. Pacific, 10:30 Eastern for the Cookout. Anika should be here with us any minute. How you doing, CM?
Hey.
Hey. Let's see. As usual, I guess we can wait for Anika. In the meantime, I can do a little housekeeping, or one of us can. If you're new to the Workhorse Wrestling Network and you're not subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit the like button on this video, hit the bell to be notified. It's the best way to make sure that you get notified every time we put something up on the YouTube channel. If you're with us tonight, we really appreciate you choosing Workhorse Wrestling Network for all your wrestling stuff, content, whatever it is. And if you're with us on the Twitch channel, over there, give us a follow. We appreciate you over there. Unfortunately, we can't see your chats if you chat over there on Twitch here on Restream. So if you come to the YouTube channel, you can chat with us here live as we are doing the cookout. Love to hear from you. We are going to be reviewing AEW Dynamite from 2 days ago, Sunday.
Dynasty.
What was it? April 6th?
Dynasty.
Dynasty, sorry.
Dynasty.
What did I say?
Dynamite.
Dynamite. Yes, Dynasty. Sorry, hey, at least they were both D1s. Dynasty from Sunday night. So, yeah. CM, you got a clown of the week?
I have several.
All right. Well, let's get to them clowns.
All right. First and foremost, forever and always, we all know CM Punk. The man breathes, and he just deserves it. I can't help it. He should do something about that if he doesn't want to be clown of the week. I'm just saying, like, he has options. Second clown of the week is a shared clown of the week. It's 3 people in one. It is Swerve. It is Vlad. It is Booker T.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Swerve, you went on Vlad TV's podcast, aka Make Black Men Snitch on Themselves while they get money so the feds can swoop in and go, whoop, whoop. But at least you didn't snitch on anybody. I will give you that. You didn't snitch on anybody. You gave perspective. I do appreciate, although AJ Francis may not have seen it as giving credit to him, I want to again give a shout out to AJ Francis. I appreciate you. I admire the fact that you stood up for BFAB. You questioned, you wouldn't let them get away with things because, again, folks like to forget this company is under investigation 2 times for trafficking folks. I appreciate AJ Francis for standing on business and being like, yo, not my friend. But Swerve, you could have handled it a lot better. Just keeping that 100 there. But Booker T Hoffman. You kind of mess yourself up there, man. The comments about Swerve after you have excused and wanted to grow past the racism with Tessa Blanchard, and there was another instance where, why are we holding them accountable still? Yet no, Booker T. Yeah, we're gonna address it and we're gonna hold people accountable for the racism that they do. It's what we do because it's our money. We don't have to fund the Crimson Chin and her racism wonder. Every time she's racist, her chin gets longer. I don't know if you guys know that. And then like just how he commented about Swerve and they got mad that Swerve said F Booker T when in fact, if you talking about that man like you stepped to him and you ready to fight, I don't know many people who wouldn't have words after that. And you kind of made him sound like a punk. That's just me. I just don't know too many people who would just take that and be like, yeah, we cool. I ain't gonna have words for him. I ain't gonna have beef with him. And I don't know. That's just me. But those are those 3. The next one is for the people who are mad that Tiffany Stratton. I can't believe I gotta say this. That Tiffany Stratton gave Charlotte Flair the energy that Charlotte Flair has been giving others. It's very much like Jack Perry, like the Jack Perry CM Punk thing. Let me phrase that. It's like the Hangman CM Punk thing. Because how can you shoot off on everybody else, but when it's done to you, it's a problem? It's not Tiffany's fault. Charlotte wanted to come out there and say she's been divorced 3 times. Tiffany didn't make her go do that. Tiffany didn't make her say the things that she said and be like, oh, I feel so bad about myself. Tiffany didn't do that. That was Ashley Flair who did that. And if I were Tiffany, I would have asked, while we were talking about things about the lawsuit from the first husband, about the things she wrote about the first husband in the book that she settled out of court, and she started changing her tune about the things that the first husband allegedly did, that includes her saying certain words to the police officer when the first husband and Rick got into a fight. I'm just saying, it's all there. It's right there. And last but not least, Clown of the Week goes to Linda McMahon. Linda, we all know what you do. Do I have to say why she gets Clown of the Week?
Nope.
It's her job. The job that she has now. That she decides she's going to. So yeah, you have what? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 clowns of the week? It's a clowny week, y'all. We just started.
Cloudy week, y'all.
I can add another one.
Who you got?
I got the Raiders.
Who?
The Raiders, really?
Yes.
Well, if you have a clown of the week, you have to explain why they're a clown at least. So
exactly.
Yeah.
So it is stated that they're looking to draft Ashton Genty first in the draft, which they have no O-line. The last time they had a star running back, Josh Jacobs, he didn't do anything with him and became a star on another team. It's basically the Saquon Barkley situation with the Giants going to the Eagles. That's what's going to happen to the Raiders. They're going to draft him. He's going to do nothing for 4 years. He's going to go to another team and be a star.
I mean, maybe they should learn how to book him better.
Maybe they should draft a whole line already.
I don't do professional football since the whole Kaepernick incident, and then just how they handled everything. I will watch the Super Bowl if I like who's performing.
That part.
I guess I feel kind of bad for Ashton Genty if that's how it works out for him, but I don't care about the Raiders. I've always hated the Raiders, so if they make another bad draft pick and it doesn't work out for them, I'm not going to lose any sleep over that. So
I thought for sure he was going to the Cowboys. And then the Bears were like, no, we want him. And now the Raiders are like, we want him. And it's like, okay, Raiders, calm down. Like, he'd be good on the Cowboys and the Bears.
Hold on. I will always and forever say F2 teams for life. F the Cowboys and F Duke. And I smiled. So you guys, I thought Sunday, as we move into talking about Dynasty, I thought Sunday was going to be great. Duke had lost. They were this close. And then they lost. And I felt their tears in my house. And my life was so amazing. And then we got to the end of Dynasty. I didn't even make it to end of Dynasty because we had storms. And then I woke up to the bullshit.
Let's get into it.
I had to watch like the last 4 matches of Dynasty before the storms got really, really, really bad. Bruh.
Because we got some different opinions. Let's go.
Okay, it was okay. I want to know what happens. Why? Why did the Young Bucks come back? Why am I gonna have to sit through a Swerve and Hangman tag team? I don't want that. What I want was Jon Moxley to get beaten by Swerve, so then Swerve and Ospreay and Swerve and Hangman and Swerve and Jay White can all have some freaking amazing matches. I don't want the young. Look, I like Hangman and I like Swerve. We are not in the need of having them as a tag team right now. That could be at the end of 2025. That could be in 2026. That don't need to be now.
Listen, no, number one, get well, Jay White. How the frick did you get hurt right before the freaking pay-per-view, bro? Like, you wrestled on Collision. You were fine. What happened, baby? Say.
They said it was something with his wrist, and he had been wrestling with it for a while, and then he just tweaked it wrong.
Ugh. And then, side note, that was supposed to be like so it was supposed to be Ospreay versus Jay White the first round. Excuse me, what the freak?
I'm happy that did not happen.
Right?
I will be 100 with y'all. I will be so 100 with y'all. I'm happy that Jay White versus Will Ospreay did not happen.
I would have been pissed.
And I appreciate Kevin Knight getting that opportunity. Shout out to whoever put Kevin Knight in that opportunity because a lot of people would not have done that. But I appreciated it. It gave him a chance to shine. Will Ospreay is really great at having people shine, even in defeat. But again, I do not need nor want a Swerve and Hangman tag team moment.
So we're going to do the whole card or just focus on the main event?
Doesn't matter to me.
I mean, everything else was good. Even okay, as overbooked as the Chris Jericho match was, as melodramatic as that was, I am going to say it gave me a chance when I woke up and actually watched it to, eat breakfast.
You petty.
Get some sunlight on my face and just breathe for a minute. It gave me an opportunity to be like,
Listen, that overbooked foolishness. When in the history have someone cheated 1, 2, 3, and it's not the leg was on the ring ropes, not we saw the leg, we saw him count only, we saw him tap out, but the ref didn't see it. No, match done. He cheated. We all pissed. Match done. But then your mama says, look at the back. We don't even, okay. Let's the roles reversed. If it wasn't Jericho, if it was a baby face that used the bat because someone used the bat first, but someone says, hey, there's a bat. You didn't even see him use the bat. That could have been Steve's bat. That could have been
to be fair, Jericho has a history of using a bat in matches. Therefore, and it did look like a very obvious distraction, y'all. So, therefore, it made sense for Aubrey to check for the bat.
It's a bad precedent. I'm gonna just say that it's a bad precedent. So
it's happened before. It's happened before.
Another thing is Aubrey and Jericho have quite the history to them.
Maybe, but it feels like now with everyone who cheats, so when is it then? When is it then? When is like so many times the fans be like, hey, he used a chair, but they don't listen to us. But mama says it and now it's true. No, I don't like it. It's a bad precedent. This is a bad.
I don't care how they got there. They took the belt out of Jericho. That's all I care about.
No.
It's not a bad. It does not set a bad precedent. What it does is bring referee's discretion to actually a thing. It's referee's discretion. The referee didn't have to restart the match,
but
he chose to.
But ALW, you say that, but it feels like Jericho's going to use this to freaking do a freaking rematch. Don't say don't say that too freaking close. I got $5.
Jericho said he might go back to WWE. Send him back to the Trump Center.
Yeah.
We'll be all right.
No, I got $5 that says that he's going to do a Bandito rematch at Final Battle. That's exactly what's going to happen.
I have mixed feelings about it because on one hand, this is long-term storytelling. And on the other hand, it's long-term storytelling of Jericho's beef with a ref.
Look, y'all just came off of 4 years of Roman as the champ. Y'all can build a storyline that doesn't make sense. Roman pulled out 50 lemon cousins out his ass. Just for a minute.
Listen,
Let Jericho be mad at Aubrey because Aubrey holds him to a certain standard and he can't stand it. And let Aubrey be mad at Chris Jericho because Chris Jericho won't sit the fuck down in catering, okay?
he just won't. He just won't.
And their catering looks good. So I would do it. Look, you know. Just
I am glad that Adam Cole finally won a singles title. It's been 4 years. That is kind of insane. And I get it. He came in with freaking Brian Danielson. And I want to I think it's like a third person that debuted that year too. But I digress.
Ruby Soho.
I thought it was a dude, but okay, cool. No prompts to Ruby Soho, but I thought it was a dude. And it's more so my thought was when you have an inflated what's the word? Card?
roster.
Thank you very much.
Roster.
It is kind of hard to put people in the right places to succeed, right? And you think you have all the time in the world. But 4 years and it's Adam Cole. That's kind of crazy.
He kept getting hurt.
I get that part too. But still, okay, we'll say 3 years. 3 years, I'm glad he got the title. And I think he's going to do good things with it if you allow him to, because I like Daniel Garcia, and I even like Jack Perry, and it feels like their title reigns was not their fault. It's like you never let them wrestle on Dynamite. That's like, you can't really blame them if they didn't really get the belt, the reign we all wanted, because you didn't let them have the reign we wanted. So hopefully they'll let Adam Cole actually be TNT champion and wrestle on that's Collision. See, this is called a TV title. It's called a TV title. This is what happens when you switch networks.
What's wrong with Collision?
What's wrong with Collision?
Not enough views. They're doing
nothing.
They're doing better, but it's still Dynamite's the A show and Collision's the B show. It's getting up there, but Saturday
he can be the cornerstone of Collision, though. He can be the dude for Collision.
Well, okay, case in point, the feud between him and Garcia was on Collision, and even though we watched it, I've enjoyed it tremendously. The people who watched it, the people who were there at Dynasty, either retired or didn't watch the feud, because I feel like he should have got a bigger pop when he won. That's just me, but everybody was either tired or just didn't know the feud because they weren't hyped for it. So, like, if
it was a foregone conclusion that he was going to win. Though. That's part of the reason. Yes.
This one was.
No, because like you said, it's been a long time since Adam Cole had a singles championship. They did all of that stuff with the whole devil thing, and it never really went anywhere. So it makes logical sense for him to do it. I like watching Collision. I think a lot of people go at Collision, have issues with Collision because whatever reason. But I wish they worked with anyone besides being in tag team feuds when he has a singles.
Like I will say that. Like, please don't forget about Garcia now that he doesn't have a belt. Like, please do something with them. Please, pretty please.
I was happy to see Adam Cole.
The women did great on this pay-per-view.
Listen, I didn't know how much I missed the Toni Storm vignette / video. Her coming out to a Rocky movie-esque intro was everything to me, and it was on mute. So I hope, it probably was her theme song, but my brain, when it was on mute, it was a bump. I loved it.
I think it was silent. I thought it was silent. Or that's what I remember.
When she finally comes to the ring in her not the video. When she finally
no. It was her theme song.
Okay.
was so
But it was still great. It was still great. I love that. And I actually love that they're pushing Megan Bain. The first, I think we all can agree, the first Tony Storm reign, no one really got over. So this actually came off to a good start. Like, okay, no, like Megan Bain didn't win, but my gosh, in the words of Tony Storm, you a big bear. I didn't beat you. I just survived you. So that's a very good. Like, this is the last time we see Megan Bain. So good on you. That's very good on you.
Can I point out something without anybody getting mad at me?
Okay.
No.
Megan Bain is who they wanted Jade to be.
I was thinking that's who they wanted
Megan Bain.
Statlander to be.
Well,
That too.
Statlander exceeded where Jade was. Even Kylan King, to a certain extent, exceeded where Jade was. Camille was the closest to kind of what they wanted, but Camille let her own stuff get in the way. But Megan Bain has the presence, the aura, and she has enough mic skills to pull off exactly what they're looking for. I don't want her to be the one to dethrone Mercedes.
No.
I actually want that to be Athena. But if it's not Athena and it's not Chris Statlander, let it be Megan Bain.
So nice transition for that. Thank you for that. We've been asking for Athena versus Mercedes for the longest. And yes, Collision's fine. Collision, we love Collision. But why wasn't it on Dynamite? I don't this is probably the biggest angle people were asking for. Maybe I'm putting too much hype on it. I wanted more importance on it. Even if it wasn't on Dynamite, the next Dynamite, you don't even show the recap of them finally going face to face before they go into. They're just like, well, okay, well, here's your own Heart Cup. You're gonna have Athena versus Mercedes on the one side, and here's other girls. Like, no, I could be the regular chick.
Am I the only one who saw them do that?
Thank you. I'm just like, hold up. That's like she's a regular freaking standee to own Heart Cup. No, this is something we've been asking for the past how many years?
They mentioned it. They showed it. Did I hallucinate that they showed it and they talked about it?
I saw it. I did not see that because I
don't remember that.
I don't remember them showing the head to head on Dynamite.
Yeah,
I would have remembered that. They showed.
I will go back and watch it again because now that it's on HBO, I can do that.
Good plug.
That's how I watch it because I got rid of my cable. It's been great over here. I'll go back and watch it, but I could have sworn they did that when they announced the brackets, and then on the pre-show they talked about it, and I know they talked about it on Collision, but also Collision is when ROH tapes, so I think it was probably like, I'm not flying out.
Like at least recap it on Dynamite, and if they did, I really don't think they did. I'll put you to it hard, but okay. But
I mean, I was gonna say, the reality is that they talk about AEW numbers and they compare them rating numbers and they compare them to WWE all the time, and that's really not fair because WWE's been around for 50 years and AEW's been around for 6 now. So the reality is that for a company that's been around for 6 years, and to be fair, they have quite the roster, so maybe they should be doing better. Dynamite still only gets barely, if it gets to 1 million, that's a good week. So the fact that, the Collision's at like 300,000 or 400,000 people, so nobody watches it. That's the problem with Collision. It's a fine show. For whatever reason, nobody watches it. And so when you do stuff like Mercedes and Athena on Collision, nobody knows about it. It is the way that it works out. I don't know if it's because it's on a Saturday night. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, people don't watch it. And some of that is just that AEW is still growing and gaining momentum as a company and as a promotion. And, it is what it is. So I don't know. I mean, but people just don't watch it. And that's part of the problem.
It's
And that's why you
it's
have
real
to do
catch
the important
22
stuff.
there.
You have to do the important stuff on Dynamite, or at least recap it.
That's the big catch 22 to it, though, is that if you put big stuff on there, people won't see it. But if you don't put big stuff on there, people won't see it. So, like, you put big stuff on there so people will tune in, but when they don't tune in, it's like, why did we put big stuff on there? Like, there's not a clear, easy cut solution to the problem here.
There's a clear, easy cut solution to the problem.
People should just start watching it.
That and wrestling media needs to stop falling in for the WWE propaganda, because I don't know if you guys noticed, every time AEW is about to have pay-per-view, a new story about something about the AEW comes out. Or if they're getting ready to have like a really good collision, new story comes out. And they purposely bury it in a bunch of drama and BS for whatever reason. And the media makes money off of that because, if you have a bunch of sensational news, that's going to make you more money than if you like, this is a great show, we should watch it type situation. It is what it is. But when people realize it's an okie doke, it's whatever. Again, I was a lifelong WWE fan. And hearing the things that I'm hearing now is just like, so it's the same story from when I last watched it.
Yeah, I mean, it's always been the complaints about WWE is that the more it changes, the more it stays the same. I mean, and it never changes, really. I mean, insert new star here, insert new star there. It's still the same story. And even then, a lot of times, it's not even the same. It isn't even a new star. It's the same person. I mean, when you realize that a lot of these people, when you realize, these guys are in a company for 10 or 15 or 20 years. Yeah, I mean, if you go away for 5 years and come back, you're still going to see them. Unfortunately, right? I mean, it just is the way it is. I mean, I don't like it, but it is the way it is. No, I thought the women killed it overall. I mean, I thought both matches were extremely solid. Megan Bain, the future is definitely bright for Megan Bain. I like that they didn't put the title on her this quick, because I think Toni Storm now is the best thing going for the women's division. But at the same time, she definitely showed that she should be champion at some point here in near future. 6 months, year and a half. I mean, I don't know what that looks like, but at some point, probably sooner or later, a champion, whether it's a world champion or whether it's one of the other titles, but TBS title or something.
And I actually love Mercedes versus Julia. And Julia, she's having some summer knockers on Collision with what's the girl? Queen Aminata. Yeah, I love her matches with Queen Aminata. But she's still like, I don't say ring rust, but it is kind of like trying to get back into the mojo of when she first was the House of Black. But I actually thought her and Mercedes did a great job. I love that for them. But of course, Mercedes is going to win. It's like we got a mission. I don't know how I feel about, and this more so like this whole thing with Mercedes and Athena. They're on the same bracket. Now, on one side, I get it because okay, we don't know who's going to win. But on the other side, all in is in Texas. But it really feels like you're not going to let Athena win. I want her to win, but it feels like it's not going to happen. And I'm not sure how I feel about that. Because the winner faces Toni Storm at All In. And it's in Texas, y'all. It's not in Wembley. It's in Texas. So I feel like some hometown people should be winners in this scenario.
Yeah, I mean, I guess Mercedes Moné could win and get the opportunity. She doesn't need another belt, though. That opportunity needs to go to somebody else.
There is some belt.
What? No, but I mean, you get an opportunity with the Owen Cup, right? You win the Owen Cup, and then you get an opportunity to get a title shot, right?
Yep.
Oh, so you think
I'm going to keep it 100 with you. I don't think Mercedes is going to win.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't. I mean, that's what I'm saying. I don't think she needs another bit. If she has the TNT title or TBS title and she wins, and going into whenever she then cashes in the opportunity if she wins the Owen, well, I mean, you're gonna have two belts on. I mean, she's gonna have like 5 belts at that point. She doesn't need both belts for the women's division in AEW at the moment. She's Mercedes, but again, it doesn't need to be that. Whatchamacallit, that small one person controlling everything like that. They need to spread that out amongst other people and expand that main event picture as opposed to condense it more. So
I hope y'all are right, but TK been making some real nefarious moves of late, so I ain't gonna bet money on it. We'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
What about the triple threat? The Omega Speedball. Triple threat?
I thought Ricochet.
Ricochet.
Like, didn't disappoint. I like whatever expectations you had, they met them. It was so much fun. It's very hard to do a triple threat where it don't look rehearsed but it don't look like you're slacking either. And so they did I loved it. It was so good. And like you said, Ricochet just healing it up. When does he win a big one? Like he just got here, understandable, but he's doing such good work. So it's really is like you don't want to you don't want to waste the good heel work in him not winning anything prominent. So it's like when do we give him a belt? When do we give him a belt?
What's next for Omega? One of them one-on-one, or you think something else happens?
Well, Okada came out. We gotta figure that out first.
I guess that's true.
Do we get that at Forbidden Door? Omega versus Okada 3? Or whatever number it is.
It's either Forbidden Door or All Out. I think All In is going to be so jam-packed. Yeah. I don't know if you want to put that up there. So Forbidden Door, All Out, those would be a great place for that one.
I don't really want to see that. I have no interest in Okada and Omega. I mean, Omega's great, and they'll have a great match, and I'm sure Okada will decide to come to wrestle that night.
That right there. That hating shit right there is why your body be like, it's so much hate in me.
I mean, their matches happened like 8 years ago, and we haven't seen it in AEW, so like I'm down for it.
Has it been 8 years? Oh shit!
Right? Well, yeah, because I feel like Omega been taking trips to New Japan at least twice a year. So it's like you ain't never did a rematch when you went over the pond.
Osprey, White, No. It's been fuck.
What else? Like, Death Riders.
Sweet baby Jesus.
Rated FTR.
Okay. That one was predictable. Y'all, we knew that. Everybody knew that was
the Death Riders were going to win.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Not so much. Okay. On one hand, yes, you kind of knew Death Rider was going to win, but you also knew FTR was going to flip on Code. I would have argued it would have been better. My toxic trait would have loved for them to have won against the Death Riders just to implode afterwards. Just for the Death Riders to be like, what? And Pac to have that what the fuck look on his face like, so my original tag team people dipped out on me and I get stuck with you people, and then you people make me lose my belt, and the team that beat us just goes to hell. What's that? Like, I want that.
On both sides of wrestling, there's not really any good. Let me be very, very, very clear. Any good shock value. There's shock value that's like very, very much arguably bad. But I want the good shock value. Like, come on. Just once in a full moon, let the world burn in a good way. You know? But yeah. It's fine. I will say this: I love Yuta. Listen. Yuta's probably the best thing on the Death Riders right now. With Dope and Psycho Knee and people all willy nilly. Sir, you know how to do this well. Stop it. But the the FTR turn again. Why are we being extra? The whole cash pushing decks, and then you're gonna do big rig. Like, what was the point of that? What was the point of that? Andrew's already down with a pile driver, so it wasn't like you're trying to catch him off guard. He wasn't moving. He wasn't moving. He couldn't defend himself. But Cash getting the neck brace and getting and laying out on the stretcher and just having dash from I'm mad at myself for laughing at that. I am mad at myself for laughing at that. I'm like, this is dumb. I don't like y'all. I don't like how made me feel right now. I can't stand y'all. But this was definitely neat.
It's gonna be even better when Christian joins that up with Adam Copeland and they just start doing dumb shit. I'm looking forward to that.
That's just what I was gonna say. I don't know exactly how we get there from here, but that's got to be the outcome of this, right? At some point here.
Don't turn Christian babyface. Keep him as the heel and just let him tag team, please.
I think how you do it is Nick Wayne, Mother Wayne, and what's his name? Kip Sabian.
Kill switch.
They're all kind of moving away, and they just flip on Christian, and Christian has nobody, and he's like, well, they ain't got shit else to do, so I feel like FTR lost a dad. Let's do it. And then you got it. Perfect.
See, and part of me would have wanted to see FTR joining with the D Riders.
No.
I mean, he fits into their whole narrative, their whole style, the whole mythos, whatever you want to call it, the creed or whatever,
not the matter sacred, but we get better through scars.
Iron sharpens iron.
That part.
I feel like FTR like fits into that like mindset.
But it's the same problem with the Hurt Syndicate MJF. We ain't trusting these people. We can't trust you. Nice segue. But Big Bill and Brian Keith versus the Hurt Syndicate. We got, like you said, this was really predictable. This was hella predictable. I'm not sure what we're doing with I'm not sure how I feel about MJF and the Hurt Syndicate. Like, no offense, like the first segment with him and MVP was cool, but it's like now that like the Bible said no, nah. I just like am I like let it go. Like honestly, like let it go. Like it was a cool first promo, but now I'm like I don't need this. This is fine. You don't have to be with them.
I mean, to a certain extent, I could see like the connect how you might put MVP and MJF together. They're both heels. They're both slimy. They're both smart. They're both whatever. At the same time, I don't necessarily need to see it. I'm not sure that I would necessarily enjoy it per se. And the whole dynamic, like
their names are their initials.
The whole dynamic, and I'll be honest, clearly it's not. But I thought that MJ or MVP was kind of like the leader of the Hurt Syndicate, and clearly that's not the way it is because Bobby keeps telling him kind of what to do, or not what to do, but to like, keeps kind of checking.
There is no. See, that lets me know you have not taken my advice and gone to watch EW YouTube with the Hurt Syndicate. That lets me know that you're not listening. You need to go listen and you will learn. There is no leader. They are all in it together. They are equal.
They all have to agree on the decision before the decision is made. And as of right now, it is 2-1 of MJF helping. They weren't really happy when he took out Big Bill, but we'll see what happens. Side note, yeah, I need more for Big Bill. Like, talk about someone who is just just one of the smoothest big men who has a good aura to him, right? And I love Brian King too. I hate that he took most of the offense on this freaking match, but it is what it is. It's like, when do we get to that next level?
I don't know. I'm not sure it'll ever happen for either of them, honestly. I don't know. I guess the real question is where do we think Tony Khan sees the next level for them to? I don't know that he sees Big Bill or Brian Keith ever as a world champion. That's for sure. I mean, maybe
I think it could be TNT, international,
something like that.
Something. I think Bill is going to be pivoted away from Jericho soon, and I think Brian Keith will be as well. I think it's about time for Jericho to take a sabbatical, and that's where they'll end that. Hopefully, never to be seen in the vortex again. Back to the main event, because all roads lead back to the main event. The match was good, and a lot of the interference in the match was good. It just in with the Young Bucks. And I think what pisses a lot of people off is it's back-to-back bad endings for Moxley.
Yes and no. Like, okay, I can't. Like, you can see my reaction when you just go to the end of our watch along of AEW Dynasty. I was just shouting, "Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh!" What tomorrow on Dynamite, it needs to make sense. Out of all, if this, you can't get by with, oh, you don't have to know. No, we do. When you do this behind angle, you cannot play with. You can't. No innuendos. Oh, we'll reveal. It will reveal itself in due time. No, you have to make sense of this tomorrow, or it's Let's say it's over to very strong words, but
it's over.
If you it's really bad. We're this for people who are not into this story because some emotional crackhead want to climb a mountain. We're this close. We're this close. So they have to make sense of this. There's many ways to make sense of it, but you have to have a good promo from the Young Bucks tomorrow.
The biggest takeaway I have is just chill out, let it play out. Like, Roman was champ for like 4 years. Mox has been champ like 6 months. Like, we can let it ride a little bit longer.
So I'll say this.
It's not that I don't want Mox to be champion. It's the story.
I want it now.
Too easy to say something about that. But I don't want. The storyline doesn't work. It's very obvious Mox had a storyline in mind, and it was supposed to be done by now.
It was not this. It was not this.
If Darby wants to climb a mountain, Darby can climb a mountain. He can move a mountain. He can. Ain't no mountain high enough. Ain't no valley low enough. Like, I just, to me, you had the perfect opportunity with Swerve. And it's not like I want Will Ospreay to. I don't want Will Ospreay to dethrone Jon Moxley because I really don't feel like watching the D Riders attack Ospreay. I don't want them involved. I'm looking forward to Eddie Kingston coming back because to me, if we don't at this point let Eddie take it off of him, Let Eddie
That would
hold
be a story I'd be
it.
behind.
Let Eddie hold it for a month or two, and then Eddie move it to Swerve, Osprey, somebody else, or even I would have liked if after Hangman came out there, got taken out, then Eddie comes out there and is the one to be like, "What are you doing? This isn't you," and that's how Swerve wins. But I am so tired of this happening. I'm mad Willow didn't get her lick back.
I think she will. I think like because we still haven't gotten the 1-on-1. That still needs to happen.
I don't care about the 1-on-1. I don't care. I don't care about her. I don't care about Marina Shafir. I'm talking about her lick back to Moxley for putting his hands on her Wednesday. That's why I'm pissed off at Swerve, because how you lose and you let Willow get hit? You sit there.
Oh, go out. Listen. Listen, this is what happens when you do a tornado tag match. Maria got the crack they got her face. Sweet Jesus. I'm like,
I don't care about her. Willow got hurt.
I will say this one little snippet. The Cena fans of from 2009 to 2014. I get it now. I get it. Not saying that they should have won it, but it's like I get it now. I get like I don't want you to feel what I'm feeling. It's probably not as bad. Whereas it's like you love this person and you think it's gonna be good. But at least for me, I know the ending. It's not Moxley reigning for 5 freaking years because you want to sell a spinner belt. He actually has an ending. We're just trying to end it well. And there is a thing to be said that Swerve could have done it, but I'm here for Swerve. I'm here for Moxley versus Osprey. I am. So I have no problem about what happened at Dynasty. I really don't.
I mean, I asked for this, so it'd be hypocritical for me to complain too much. I will say I was hoping for a great reign, and the last 2 feuds of the reign have been pretty mediocre.
No.
We need to bring it back around. We need to do better. Like, I don't know how to get there right now, but like what we're doing right now doesn't feel like it's working.
Copeland was not his choice. I put $5 that Copeland was not supposed to be a part of this feud like that. That was definitely a misstep, and that was too long in this reign. That's just me.
Yeah, and I don't think it does any favors for the title or for Moxley, honestly. I mean, I don't think any of this makes Moxley look any better. I mean, just look at our conversation and the tone of it about Moxley in general. Like 2 years ago, he was Workhorse Wrestling Network's Wrestler of the Year. You know what I mean? So that just tells you, as fans, where we're at with the whole situation, right? So, and that doesn't do any good for the title either. I mean, I don't care if Darby Allin was your original choice. I'm not even trying to believe that, but if he was, I don't care. As a company, you have to be able to pivot. Fucking injuries happen all the time. People go off to do whatever they're going to do all the time. You have to be able to move on and do something different. And this is not getting the job done if that was the goal ultimately. I don't even know what the goal was. The whole Moxley, I understand what he said. I speak English. I understand the words he said. It still doesn't comprehend in my mind and make sense. This whole Moxley, Death Riders, I'm outraged with whatever. It still doesn't comprehend in my head. It feels like all you're doing in some regards is rebelling against yourself. You've been the guy that's been the face of the company. Who are you really rebelling against to a certain extent? Like, I don't totally understand it, to be honest with you. Maybe I'm old and stupid. Maybe it misses me. Maybe it's not for me. I don't know what it is, but I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? And so it's been boring. I was excited. Copeland was flat. The whole Copeland feud was flat. I was excited when Swerve came in. I thought, okay, at least we have Swerve. It gives something and makes Moxley a little bit whatever. And then Dynasty happened, and it's like a big fuck you. Well, fuck you too. Then I don't care at this point. That's how I feel about it. No. Okay, great. So the title doesn't matter, and Moxley's an asshole at the moment. That's how it is. I mean, it's not him. It's just booking. But that's how it feels. Okay, whatever.
Well, Tony did take over booking more recently, like the parts of the feud that kind of drug on. Tony wasn't even in charge of it at that time.
No, I mean, I don't know who's in charge of whatever. I have no idea who's in charge of whatever. So I don't. I mean, it is what it is.
Like you can tell.
It was NFL season, so he wasn't really a player.
Let's not do that. But like you weren't doing a good job. Anyway, it really does feel like he had other people's in their ear and they're like, well, I'll trust you. It's like, no, you can't trust them. The original story of this reign was to make AEW better. The young people needs to what you call it needs to step up, right? Unfortunately, the younger people are in a position to be in the main event. Whereas, like, we only have a couple of people who actually are young enough for this story to make sense, but good enough and there you go, more so, that's the word, over enough to be in the main event with Moxley. Now, Jay White kept saying this. He should have been the position where Copeland was. I'm not sure why we went from left to right, but it should have been Jay White. I'm mad you got hurt.
You know what's gonna happen, right? You know who's gonna win, right? You know who's gonna take that belt. Y'all know? Y'all ready? Y'all ready now?
Say it.
Ricochet.
Ricochet, it's gonna be like a 3-way or something. Ricochet gonna slide in there, steal that belt, peace out, and you ain't gonna see it. And when it's time for him to defend that belt, he gonna wait till the last minute, slide in, do his work, slide that out, and then you never gonna catch it.
I hate that.
I mean, I'm not necessarily mad at that per se.
I mean, a chicken shit heel as your champion. A smart chicken shit heel as your champion.
Like, just put it right out.
And it will eventually culminate into a false count anywhere or a steel cage match. I dig it.
What about Anthony Bowens being back?
I loved it. When I saw his Titantron, right, and it was Anthony Bowens, I was sitting there. I was like, wait, not Anthony Bowens. Anthony Bowens. It was Billy, and I was like, Anthony Bowens here.
Yeah. No. Okay. Even though I know how you feel about ALW, I know how you feel about the booking of Max Caster. I do believe this was a plan. I do believe this was a plan where Anthony Bowens was the last person, and this was supposed to be the jumpstart of the feud. I do believe this was a plan, so I'm actually here for that. I actually appreciate how they concluded at Dynasty, and hopefully they actually have another match. Like this is a breakup of probably one of your top tag team in AEW. So 2 more matches is doable. Whereas 1-on-1 tiebreaker, I definitely think they should do that for them, for both of them.
Here's the problem with that. I don't have a problem with Anthony Bowens being the final storyline. I have a problem with the fact that now nobody cares about Max Caster. Not that anyone did before, but now nobody especially cares about Max Caster because he's been buried now for a month to get us to Anthony Bowens. So now nobody has any belief that in anything that he's going to... I mean, there's no... Bowens is going to run right through him. That's what's going to end up happening, and Max Caster is going to end up whatever. I mean...
Mans was getting over in Pittsburgh. He was getting over in Pittsburgh until Bowens came out.
Let's go back to the
his whole gimmick was very much, I'm a swarmy heel that is delusional as hell. He don't have to be like a super mega star to get over. I think we also have to look at what we mean by getting over, because it looks very different than when we were younger.
Yeah.
I would like to give a shout out to the AEW crowd over Caster and Bowens, though. A year ago, they brought back the old chant of, he's gay, he's gay, he's gay. But this time, it was used in a positive way, unlike 25 years ago where it was used in a negative way. And I still think about that and like, how delightful. Good on AEW fans.
Yeah. Well,
what else?
I don't have anything else, and it's about my bedtime. So
What about rate? How about everyone gives the show a rating, and then we'll call it. Rate the show, grade or number, whatever you want to. Out of 5, out of 10, A B C D. What do you give it?
8.5.
8.5
Yes.
from CM. Sammy, what you giving it?
Well, I'll give it like an
Miss
8.75.
Nika.
8.5 sounds accurate.
Well, we gave it an A minus at the time, right? So I mean, after Dynamite, I gave it or Dynasty, I gave it an A minus, so that would be a 90. So I'll give it a 90. I mean, that's the bottom one. That's the bottom rung of the A's. So it's an A minus. So I got to give it a 90 or 9 out of 10, I guess. So, all right. CM, you want to take us out?
Yes. Stay tuned on all your social medias for Workforce Wrestling Network. We are going to be live throughout the week. We're going to have different things happening throughout the week. I can't really tell you when because life happens, and honestly, storms and shit is throwing everybody off. But I do know usually we're live on Fridays starting at 8 p.m. Eastern for SmackDown. But we'll see if that happens this week. Simply because life is happening and shit happens. Friday night fights. Woo. Go team. Go team. Otherwise stay tuned. Winter Circle is on usually they do Saturdays. Saturday mornings starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. They are here for that. It's a really great show. They run down Raw, NXT, AEW Dynamite. It's great. It's very, very long. But when you're washing hair, you're cleaning your house, all that good stuff, it really helps to pass the time. And they are very funny and dynamic. And by they, I mean these three down here, because I like you people, but I like my Saturday mornings as well. So, yeah. Besides that, no one else has anything to say. No, cool beans. Stay safe.
Tune in next week for the Workhorse Wrestling Network Hall of Fame.
Shit.
Right?
Well, WrestleMania. I mean, they're doing their Hall of Fame, right? Or WWE Hall of Fame, right? So,
Like,
Sammy wants to do ours.
Yeah, we do ours 3 days before WWE does theirs.
Tuesday.
Like, even though it got pushed back, it feels like WrestleMania snuck up on us. It's like, that's next week? Dang it.
Next Tuesday, have your inaugural pick for the Workhorse Wrestling Hall of Fame.
Put it in the Discord because we're gonna forget again. All right. So y'all stay safe, stay healthy, wash your hands, wash your ass, put on some deodorant. Remember that you are loved, you're amazing, and you are wonderful. We will see you next time. Peace.